Hello travelers, I'm Chris, welcome to Lorespire. Today we'll be continuing our Wrath of the Righteous New Classes Guide series by taking a deep dive into the Bloodrager class and all of its archetypes. In this video we'll be detailing all of the abilities of the Bloodrager class and the differences of each of the archetypes. You can check out our other Wrath of the Righteous class guides if you wish by clicking on the playlist link you see on screen now. Timestamps are in the description if you want to skip ahead. Alright, let's dive in. Now, the Bloodrager class starts off with the fast movement and blood rage abilities, as well as a bloodline of its choice. Fast movement adds 10 feet to the movement speed of the Bloodrager as long as you are not wearing heavy armor or carrying a heavy load. Blood Rage functions like a Barbarian's Rage ability. It can be used for a number of rounds per day equal to 4 plus the Bloodrager's base Constitution modifier, plus 2 for each Bloodrager level beyond the first. While Blood Raging, you gain a plus 2 bonus to melee attack rolls, melee damage rolls, thrown weapon damage rolls, and will saving throws. You also gain 2 temporary hit points per hit die, which basically means 2 HP per level, and you also take a -2 penalty to your armor class. You lose the Blood Rage effect if you become unconscious, and Blood Rage also allows you to take any feats that require the Barbarian Rage ability as a prerequisite. The Bloodrager is proficient with all simple and martial weapons, as well as light armor, medium armor, and shields, except for tower shields. The last power that a Bloodrager gets at level 1 is a bloodline. The Bloodrager can choose from a full list of sorcerer bloodlines: Abyssal, Arcane, Celestial, all of the Draconics and Elementals, Fey, Infernal, Serpentine, and my personal favorite, Undead. Each bloodline periodically grants its own set of various powers and bonus spells as you gain levels. A Bloodrager does not gain first level spells until level 4, and then gains access to second level spells at its 7th class level, third level spells at level 10, and fourth level spells at level 13. At second level, the Bloodrager gains the Uncanny Dodge ability, which prevents them from being caught flat-footed or from losing their dexterity bonus to AC against an invisible attacker. You can still lose your dexterity bonus to AC from being immobilized or from an enemy using the feint action. If you already have Uncanny Dodge from a different class, you instead gain the improved Uncanny Dodge ability. At third level, the Bloodrager gains the Blood Rage Sanctuary ability, which gives them a +2 bonus to saving throws against spells that the Bloodrager or its allies cast. At level 5, the Bloodrager gains the improved Uncanny Dodge ability, which denies enemy characters the ability to sneak attack the Bloodrager by flanking it, unless the attacker has at least 4 more rogue levels than the Bloodrager does. Then at level 7, the Bloodrager gains the Damage Reduction ability, which reduces all damage received from weapons or natural attacks by 1. At level 10 and every 3 levels thereafter, this reduction is increased by 1. Then at level 11, the Bloodrager gains the Greater Blood Rage ability. This increases the attack roll, damage roll, and will saving throw bonuses of your Blood Rage ability from +2 to +3. Additionally, the Bloodrager can now cast a second level or lower spell as a swift action when the Greater Blood Rage ability is activated. Greater Blood Rage acts as a Barbarian's Greater Blood Rage for the purposes of feats. At the 14th level, the Bloodrager gains Indomitable Will, which gives +4 to will saving throws against enchantment spells while Blood Raging. This bonus stacks with all other will save bonuses. Then at level 17, the Bloodrager gains Tireless Blood Rage, which prevents the Bloodrager from becoming fatigued at the end of a rage. Finally, at level 20, the Bloodrager gains the Mighty Blood Rage ability, which increases the bonuses to its attack rolls, damage rolls, and will saving throws from +3 to +4 while blood raging. Now the Bloodrager can cast any level spell as a swift action when beginning a blood rage. I know that this was a little long-winded, but the archetype should be much faster and less dry. Alright, now for the Bloodrider archetype. The Bloodrider gets a pet to ride into battle, which is just awesome for a barbarian. Imagine rage charging around the battlefield, just bypassing the fighter type enemies to mow down enemy mages and archers in the back ranks. Now that is good fun. The Bloodrider trades fast movement, uncanny dodge, and improved uncanny dodge for the fast rider and animal companion abilities, as well as a third ability that is currently blank. This blank ability should be filled in before the game launches in September. The fast rider ability is gained at level 1 and increases your mounted speed by 10 feet, and the animal companion comes at level 4. Currently the animal companion is a Smilodon, but the Cavalier class had a Smilodon for its animal companion also, until the recent update, which changed it to a horse. I expect this change will likely happen with the Bloodrider's animal companion by launch as well, but I could be wrong. Now, if you're getting any value from this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton, and I'd really appreciate it. Alright, thank you. Next is the Greenrager archetype. This one isn't too different from the base class. It trades the Blood Sanctuary passive ability for Unfettered Fury and some extra summoning power. Unfettered Fury is gained at 3rd level and prevents difficult terrain from slowing, damaging, or otherwise impairing the Greenrager. Rager. Then at level 6, the Greenrager gains the Summon Nature's Ally spell as a bonus spell. And at level 7, the Greenrager gains the Summon Nature's Ally 2 spell. At 10th level, the Summon Nature's Ally 3 spell. And at 13th level, the Summon Nature's Ally 4 spell. These are all bonus spells. Last, the Greenrager gains the Furious Summoning ability at level 9, which gives a +4 morale bonus to the strength and constitution of creatures summoned by the Greenrager's Summon Nature's Ally spell. This +4 bonus increases to +6 at level 11 and +8 at level 20. These creatures also gain the Woodland Stride ability, making them immune to the effects of difficult terrain. There isn't much to say about the Mixed Blood Bloodrager except that it is just plainly better than the base class. It gives up nothing except its bloodline, which sounds like a huge amount to give up, but in return it gets the Mixed Bloodline and Second Mixed Bloodline abilities. Mixed Bloodline allows the Bloodrager to once per day choose any bloodline to gain all of the advantages of that bloodline until a different bloodline is chosen. Holy crap, that is like way more versatile and just flat out better than having one static bloodline. You must be thinking that I'm forgetting to mention something, but I'm not. Oh wait, there is still that second mixed bloodline ability. It must have a drawback, right? Nope! At 4th level, the second mixed bloodline allows the Mixed Bloodrager to choose a second bloodline to gain all of the benefits of that bloodline. No drawbacks, no negatives, just plain better in every conceivable way. Alright, that's it for the Mixed Blood Bloodrager, and I'm glad I no longer have to keep saying bloodline over and over again. On to the next one. Now, it's difficult to say what exactly is going on with the Primalist archetype. It is shown here to be exactly the same as the base class. The flavor text for the archetype does say that they use primal wisdom to draw power from the ancient traditions in addition to drawing power from their bloodlines. My best guess here is that we will see a change in the Primalist before the game launches in September. And this is just a guess, but from the flavor text of the archetype, I think they might add access to a barbarian's traditional rage powers and possibly change the caster stat from charisma to wisdom. We'll just have to wait and see. Next up is the Spelleater archetype, and I think the concept here is a good one. but you have to give up a lot, probably too much. This might be the first archetype that is actually worse than the base class. I say might be because one of the abilities of this archetype hasn't been filled in yet. So the Spelleater loses Uncanny Dodge, Improved Uncanny Dodge, and all of its damage reduction, and in return it gains the Blood of Life and Spell Eating abilities. The Spell Eating ability allows you to consume a spell slot to heal 1d8 points of damage per level of the spell. This could be good if the Spelleater had a better spell progression, but it doesn't. I imagine that you'll most likely take more damage due to the abilities sacrificed for this than can be healed through Spell Eating. Add to that the fact that you have to sacrifice one of these few spell slots you have to use the ability, and this just seems like a poor trade-off. Alcat hasn't yet filled in the Blood of Life ability here, but I expect it will give some amount of fast healing and a similar progression to the reduced damage ability the base class receives. If I'm right, you could argue that this is as good, or maybe even better, than the damage reduction ability. So now the question becomes, is losing Uncanny Dodge and Improved Uncanny Dodge worth gaining the Spell Eating ability? I really don't believe that it is, but maybe you disagree. If so, be sure to let me know in the comments section. The Steelblood archetype. It's my favorite of all of the archetypes of the Bloodrager. The Steelblood loses the fast movement, Uncanny Dodge, Improved Uncanny Dodge, and damage reduction abilities of the base class. That is a lot to lose, but I love what it adds as replacements. At level 1, it adds Heavy Armor Proficiency and Indomitable Stance. Indomitable Stance is solid, giving the Steelblood +1 to its CMD against overrun combat maneuvers, and +1 to AC against charge attacks, and against attack and damage rolls of charging creatures. At 2nd level, the Steelblood gains Armored Swiftness, which increases movement speed by 5 feet when wearing heavy or medium armor, but cannot increase movement speed past the Steelblood's base movement speed. At level 5, the Steelblood gains Armor Training, which reduces the armor check penalty of armor by 1 and increases the maximum dexterity bonus allowed by your armor by 1. It also removes the movement speed penalty from wearing medium armor, and at 7th level removes the movement speed penalty for wearing heavy armor. And here at level 7, the Steelblood also gains the Blood Deflection ability. This allows you to consume a spell to increase your AC by an amount equal to the spell's level until the end of the next turn. Now this isn't a great ability, but it does add some versatility, and in certain situations it is definitely worth using. Last, we have the Reformed Fiend archetype. This archetype has a cool feel to it, and might even be the best of the archetypes. Anyways, a Reformed Fiend must be of the Tiefling race, and can only choose either Abyssal or Infernal as its bloodline. Aside from the limited choice of bloodlines, the only ability lost from the base Bloodrager class is the damage reduction. At level 5, the Reformed Fiend gains the Hatred Against Evil passive ability, which gives an additional +1 to attack and damage rolls against evil opponents while blood raging. This bonus increases by +1 every 5 levels. Then, at level 7, the Reformed Fiend gains the Damage Reduction Reformed Fiend passive ability. This reduces all damage from non-evil sources by 3, and this reduction increases by another 3 at every 3rd level until topping out at 15 total reduction at level 19. Evil sources of damage include creatures with an evil alignment and spells with the evil descriptor. Obviously, this can be better or worse than the base Bloodrager's damage reduction ability depending on the opponents you are facing. Take note that the Bloodrager's standard damage reduction is only against weapons and a natural attack, while the Reformed Fiend's version reduces all types of non-evil damage. And finally, the Reformed Fiend gets the Way of Redemption passive ability. at level 11, causing all of its melee attacks to become good aligned. Now, concerning the reformed Fiend, I would also like to say that many of the NPC characters in Wrath of the Righteous are prejudiced against tieflings for their demonic heritage, and the reformed Fiend is kind of built around the idea of rebelling against your demonic side. So if you're the type of player that loves a good redemption story, then this archetype could make an interesting playthrough for you. Okay, I hope that this deep dive into the Bloodrager class helped you to better understand the class and its archetypes. Do you agree with my conclusions about which archetypes are the best and the most interesting? Please let me know down in the comments section and we can talk about it. Also, while you're down there, remember to like and subscribe. This has been Chris with Lorespire, wishing you all the best in your war against the demon hordes.